Welcome to episode 10 of the Wastebook podcast. It's me, Tyler, back again. And it's only been a week, so calm down. Relax. It's only been a week. We're back. We're on our regular schedule. But this week, I'm sure felt like an eternity. This has been a long wait. Throughout this quarantine, we're sticking through it though. Are you doing your part? You staying indoors, not going out, not having fun? No fun allowed, okay? If you guys watched the first ever, yeah, there's a cat behind me, by the way. If you watched the first ever video that I put out, that was just me in front of the camera, not a gaming video, like the very first one was me ranting about Gears of War 2. When it came out, when that game came out on Xbox 360, I was so amped for that game. So hyped. And I remember when it came out, I played it for a few weeks and I was so disappointed in the launch, how many updates the game needed, how broken the online multiplayer was. It was a sight. So I pulled out the webcam that was built in to my laptop at the time. I opened that up, turned that on, and I just talked. I didn't even bother. I didn't care. I was still wearing a hat, like a beanie inside. Like, who does that? I wasn't skateboarding. I wasn't shoveling snow. But I was doing that. I was eating steakums. I was eating some steak for dinner. And I don't know. I felt compelled to make a video. I ranted. I remember in the beginning of the video, I said something along the lines of, "This won't take long," or "I'm going to keep this short." 9.5 minutes later, my YouTube career was pretty much born. So yeah, call it quick or whatever you want. But that in that video, the reason I even brought that up is because in that video, I remember saying about this game that the fun must be sold separately with Gears 2. Where is the fun? Where is it? Because I can't seem to find it anywhere in any part of this game. And that's the question that I ask today, that I could ask at least for the last couple weeks. Where is the fun? Where the fuck is the fun? There's no fun anywhere. We can't have fun. We can't go outside because every day more and more things are closing. Because you motherfuckers won't stay in your house. Listen, okay? Look. The reason that there's a cat in the background right now, okay? The reason there's cats here, these are the cats that I had when I was living with my parents. My parents moved to Florida 5 years ago, took the cats with them, lived down there, have now since moved back. And they are living with me for just... Here's what was supposed to happen. They were getting their house built, and it was 90 to 95% completed. Like, they were supposed to live with me for about a week to 2 weeks. And then they were going to move from my place into their new place. Reason that they had to move is because the settlement from their old place closed out, and they were essentially homeless for like 3 weeks. So then I was like, hey, live with me. It's totally fine, even though it's a 1-bedroom, and there's absolutely no room for 3 people in this apartment, no business for 3 people and 2 cats being in this apartment. And when I tell you it's a nightmare to stream, dude, this is... All right. Whatever you think, like, people are like, get on your stream grind. You need to do whatever it takes. Okay. That's like, man, all right. Well, I agree with you. Now, everyone's parents are different. Luckily, I have loving and understanding parents. So if I explain the situation to them, they will understand what I'm doing. And if I tell them, like, hey, can you keep it down? They would actually probably keep it down. Does not change the fact that it's awkward as fuck Let's stream with my parents in the room, and I'll keep that same energy that I keep when they're 1,000 to 2,000 miles away and don't watch the stream. Now let's instead put them in the same room with me, and they're not going to be a part of the show. Like they're not going to be any part of the content that I'm putting out where they're going to be in it and it's going to be entertaining, because they're not going to want to be in it. They're just going to sit over to the side and probably silently judge everything that their 30-year-old son is saying into his computer screen. Now that's why I have to explain the situation to them, because they're going to wonder why I'm screaming curse words at my game and screaming insults at my game, essentially, because they probably still don't even know that I'm playing with other people. That's the same concept of where they think that you can pause the game in the middle of like a battle royale, for example. Hardy har, mom. Great call. I'm going to get right on that. That should be a feature. I think if you want to innovate, figure that shit out, man, where people can actually pause in the future. Because, hey, we're in quarantine now. And since we're all stuck in quarantine, and some of you motherfuckers won't go outside, this is my point. Same thing I want to say to my parents.
Want to say, too pussy to say.
Play a fucking video game, okay? Why don't you chill out and play a game? Oh, I don't want to play. You don't want to play? All right, go do something. Go do anything else, mother and father. Anything. Please. I'm so intrigued to hear what you can do. You can't leave your house. Can't go to a restaurant. Can't go to, you can't go see Hamilton. Okay, you can't do anything. So, and if you choose to, you're going to, there's two sides basically. Well, kind of. If you choose to leave the house during this time, during the quarantine, where everybody is trying to keep this virus on lock, you're pissing off all the people that are not going out. But then you're also getting yourself sick, because the people that are going out are more than likely going to be the first ones to contract this, because they're not taking any precautions. So it's a real double whammy for you, because now when you get sick, no one's going to have any remorse for you. They're going to be like, well, saddle up. Hope you get in line for that vaccine that we're so painstakingly working on. Because people are so desperate for the vaccine that they're like, hey, did you know that one of the parts of the vaccine is also found in fish tank cleaner? Wow, what a coincidence. I don't have to tell you that somebody went out and bought fish tank cleaner, drank it, died. Now, all I got to say about that is we were short on hospital beds anyway. So, when I think of myself as a person, and I think of, if I'm not feeling good, my stomach might hurt, slows me down, not having a good day, I start to think, this stupid meat vessel that I got, this meat sack that I got to deal with, it just slows my brain down. But people like him, man, their brain is like a special thing. It needs to be donated for research, because I'd love to know what kind of patterns go through all of the synapses inside your mind. I need to know what makes these people tick. I've been doing wastebook for 9 years almost, I want to say. And still I'm surprised at people. Nowadays, I don't know if people are just legitimately stupid or doing it for internet clout. But the guy that did this didn't have any social media. He was just some dumbass old guy. So, I mean, if there's one thing you want to say, calling this the boomer remover, as far as this goes, that guy didn't even have to wait. Imagine how painful that would have been. How much more painful is that? Drinking poison than succumbing to succumbing to this illness? I don't know. I don't know. I do know, during this whole thing, during this entire quarantine and everything like that, dating is going to be a real pain in the ass. Like, during and after this quarantine. Dating right now is non-existent. But after this quarantine, good luck. Good luck, man. It's hard. It's going to be hard for us out there. It's going to be hard. And by the way, I'm drinking so much coffee right now. I'm drinking coffee because we're recording this in the morning. This is Friday morning when we're recording this podcast. I'm not even doing it live. It's ridiculous. But hey, gotta find any chance I can with the place empty. I could sit here and have a debate with my parents next time they're in. Hey, my first wastebook guests, my mom and dad. They're gonna have no. I can't even get them. Dude, all right. I may have told this story once before on the podcast, but I'm always going to remember this. When my dad came up to me when I was living at home the one time, and he pointed right at my laptop, and he asked if my computer had YouTube. So that's where the line is. That's where the line of understanding is. It's a very wide line when it comes to your parents trying to get you, you know? Like, what have your parents been doing? Mine have been they've been bored to tears. I got an Amazon Fire Stick for them. And they can watch all their shows. All they do is sit at home and watch HGTV. Okay, got your Fire Stick, got your HGTV, still bored. Don't get it. I don't understand. I mean, that's what I'm like trying to say. I'm like, hey, Dad, you're watching some Westerns. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a thing. I bet you'd like that. I keep trying to, like, butter them up. Because they were only supposed to be here for 2 weeks. And now, with this whole quarantine, everything stopped. So their house, it's, like, just almost ready, but not quite. And now they have to just wait till this is all over. And so I'm essentially stuck with them. Dude, imagine if they keep this quarantine up and businesses don't restart, don't kick back up for like 2 more months. That could totally happen. And if that happens, not only will more people be unemployed, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Because while it's great having my parents here and getting some home-cooked meals, I cannot stream and make any sort of content that I usually make. Right now, I'm lucky enough to be pumping out the podcast because my parents are not here. But man, this whole quarantine is going to fuck everyone up. Trying to date during the quarantine is impossible. So like you have to, if you know anybody that you're seeing or that you just met, you have to like keep their interest, you know, for the foreseeable future. You have to keep their interest during the quarantine, which is cool, I guess. But don't know about you. Anybody listening, and I'm gonna say it, just be black and white about it, because this is how it is, and this is the only experience that I've had, because I'm a guy. Girls need to learn, especially during this time where we're all isolated and have a lot of time for thought. Girls need to learn how to hold up a fucking conversation, because sometimes when I'm dating a girl or if I've been texting a girl trying to get to know, like, they're void of personality when you're texting some of them. Like, where you try to be sarcastic, you try to make jokes, you try to ask them questions, and then they respond with 1 to 3 word answers. And these are people that do this like constantly. So you have to pry at these people, okay, and understand what's going to make them actually be engaged. What can I talk about? Well, you try to ask questions, and then that's why you absolutely need to ask open-ended questions. Never, ever ask a yes or no question, because you're going to get a yes or no. You're never going to get a yes, blah, 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 blah. You're going to get a no. All right, now I have to go back to the drawing board. Great conversation. So that's happened to me more often than I can say. All right. Now, I highly doubt that that's happened to a lot of girls. Now, granted, depending where you're aiming, all right. I'm assuming if you aim for a guy that might have a lot of money, owns businesses, whatever. I'm just picturing somebody, some guy that is, really well off or something like that. If you're going for something like that, those people, some of them may be, out of touch, for example. So maybe there's a girl that's got a guy like that, where they're just totally boring to talk about or talk to. But it happens so much, though, for me, where it's almost as if, like, the girl is so used to not having to hold up her end of the conversation, and she's just like, I'm just happy to be here. Barely. So she's going to just, leave it on your shoulders that you gotta kind of hold a one-person conversation. And if you fucking think I can't even try to do that, you're crazy, because you've been watching 10 weeks of me talk to myself for an hour. So you got to remember, I've been around the block. I've done this before, okay? I've talked on stage with a microphone for an hour, all right? How is that even possible, right? Like, you wonder. I think about that sometimes, too. I'm like, holy shit, I did an hour of stand-up comedy, and I didn't get booed. Okay, I did get booed. I got booed for like 5 seconds because I said I was a Cowboys fan. But smart, I saved that bit for the end. So people if they chose to not like me based on the sports team that I liked, it was in the last 5 minutes of the performance. That's like, look, people will like me, talk to me, get along with me, and then find out I like the Dallas Cowboys, and then immediately switch gears and hate me. Because that makes sense. It's like, what? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that I'm standing talking to you in a playground right now, and that you're 5 years old. I had no idea. I really should pay more attention. And I shouldn't hang around in playgrounds and talk to you. Not a good idea. How's everybody else's quarantine going, though? For the most part, you guys doing all right? Keeping your head, keeping it sane? What do you guys been keeping? What have you guys been keeping on the dock? Reading. I have not been working out at all. I haven't been going to the gym. So I've been trying to do it around the house and stuff, but man, you're never going to match that intensity. So I'm just going to wither away like the wet noodle that I am, which is okay, because I like noodles. I am what I eat. A lot of people also called me a pussy as I was growing up. And an asshole. But, that's neither here nor there. This whole quarantine, man, I can't wait till it's all over, but I wonder, what is dating going to be like now? Because for the longest time, I'd say it was like early 2010s. I was kind of, I was like somewhat into the online dating, like the dating apps and stuff like that. I understood it more because it was like still coming up. But then for like a while, the last 5 years, 6 years, however long it's been, I've been against the idea. I didn't like it. And I didn't like it because I feel like you can't build rapport. You can't build a real connection with people when you meet them online. It doesn't, because for me, this is me talking, me personally. I don't know how you guys feel, but whenever I'm talking to somebody and it's like online dating or in an app or something like that, and we start hitting it off, like immediately, like the first positive response I get, I start picturing my 40, 50 years of marriage with this person and our life together and how amazing it's going to be because I have a problem. All right. But I don't let that freak me out, and I don't convey that to them, but I just keep it cool. Now, the problem is that when you do that to yourself, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. So for me, when I'm talking to people like this and kind of figuring things out like that, you know, I in my head, it's so much more serious than probably to them. Because for a girl, you could be any girl online on a dating site. You have a message. You have a message right now. Just so you know. Just so you know, you got at least 4 new messages right now. I was going to say 1, but you got multiple messages. You should probably go check them. You just got another, so it's never going to end. That's how it is. It's straight up, that's how it is. And I tested this too. I made a fake female dating profile years ago. I Googled like an attractive girl's picture, put it on a profile, filled out a bunch of fake stuff. Dude, I had 74 messages in 24 hours. 74! How are you supposed to keep up with that? You can't compete at all. It's so hard. So for girls, you're probably not invested in each guy as much as, you know, you have to really be like, all right, I'm into this guy, I'm into that guy. Like, you have a lot more kind of options to sift through. But at the same time, you get to kind of figure yourself out more because you're going to meet so many more guys than guys meet so many more girls. So you're going to get to perfect in your mind what exactly you're looking for. So that's why when a girl does show interest and is into you, that is the biggest W in the planet for most guys. That's why it feels like the greatest thing that's ever happened to you, because the odds are so low. And social media doesn't help that at all, in my opinion. But for the guys, when guys finally get that little bit of attention, especially on like a dating app, when they finally are like, holy fuck, I sent out 124 messages and finally I got a message back that wasn't a bot. I don't blame some of these dudes for losing their head and being like, oh my God, you're so hot, I love you. All right, don't say that. Obviously, you're a crazy person. But what I mean is like some of these guys, I swear, blow their gasket, like blow their hypothetical loads, blow their loads emotionally, so to speak, when these girls message them back. So, you know, I guess that makes sense why you'll see a girl on it like post up her DMs and it's just some guy being a whack job. You know what I mean? And then so many times of that happening to them and it just beats them down. And man, the quarantine's going to make dudes creepier, bro. Because people can't socially interact with people. It's like riding a bike. Excuse me, it's the opposite of riding a bike. Because riding a bike, you never forget. That's what they say. It's like, oh, it's like riding a bike, which means you can get on a bike at any time, even if you haven't ridden a bike for years, and you will be fine. And you'll remember how to ride that bike. Now, for dating or just conversing with strangers in public, that's like a muscle that you have to work out. And I'm not kidding. If you are extroverted, you kind of know what I'm talking about. If you're introverted, you know what I'm talking about. Because if you're an introvert, you don't really talk to strangers or reach out to people. You just kind of keep to yourself. Because if you had to talk to a stranger, you are exhausted afterwards. And it takes so much out of you. So for people that actually do it over and over and over again, they're used to it. If they don't do it for a while, then it does become hard. Then you start thinking in your head, like, all right, how do I start this conversation? Where do I go from here? And you start to get in your head. Next thing you know, you've been standing there thinking about talking to that person and you haven't done it. That's the big difference. So with people not going out as much now during this quarantine, and if it lasts any longer than this, guys are going to get mad desperate. So girls, please keep those creepy DMs coming. I need more content for this show. And it's straight up, it's something that I'm worried about. Because on these dating sites, guys have to build this rapport, and when they're going to get any sort of interest back from a girl, you know, they have to harness that somehow. and blossom that into an actual relationship. But you can't just be like, hey, let's go grab a drink this week. Now you have to say, hey, let's go grab a drink sometime before 2021 and keep them interested in that time period without, it just sounds impossible to me. It sounds impossible. And it sounds impossible because I met somebody before the quarantine even began and went out with them. We had a Valentine's Day date, and everything's been great, and your boy got ghosted. Awesome. Your boy got ghosted during a quarantine. So I have reached a new level of hideousness. Do you see? Do you understand? When you get ghosted during forced isolation of society, where people have nothing to do. Ouch. In all caps. Ouch in all caps. If you want to talk, if you want to be honest about it, yeah, it sucks, but you have to think, oh, that makes sense. I got ghosted during the quarantine because restaurants are closed. That's why. So as soon as the quarantine's over and all the restaurants are open and I can now pay for meals, that's when I'll get text back. It all makes sense now. Oh, I figured it out. Duh. That's it. I got it. How did I miss that one? Man, that sucks. And it sucks especially because that means my mom lied to my fucking face growing up. You're so handsome. You're so handsome. All the girls are going to be lining up for you. Really, Mom? Really now? All right. Yeah. So as far as big picture shit goes, Mother kind of dropped the ball on that one, but that's okay. That's okay. It's been 5 years. I've been single for 5 years. Okay? And in that time, I got to do that cool shit. See that cool shit right there? Look at me looking all pretty. Yeah. I did some esports commentary. I look amazing. And I got to do a lot of cool stuff. I got to travel. I got to meet so many friends that I will cherish for the rest of my life. And I'll never replace that. But I decided, after 5 years, let me poke my head out into the world and try dating again. And I did. And things were great for about 2 months. And now back to square one for no reason. So that's just life. That's, I feel like, oh my God. I feel like Arthur Fleck right now. That's life. That's life. And I'm like coloring my hair green. That's all I really know. I don't know the fucking words, but you're still watching this show. But I'm gonna mess up more words. And I'm not gonna finish the lyrics either. So I'm gonna leave you hanging on that. Was it because I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with words in that instance? Yeah, probably, but that's okay. Because we still got about 30 minutes roughly of this podcast left. It's great. 30 minutes left, and I haven't even gone through my feed. I don't have to as much. You know why I don't have to go through my feed that much? Because most things are about the virus. It sucks, bro. Most tweets are about the virus, about the quarantine, and it blows. Last week when I played that clip of that song, it literally was a rap song that said, "You got coronavirus." That was the whole "Whoa, shit, you got coronavirus." That's the song. I got copyrighted for that. So the fucking dude, Kudos, the rapper, that recorded that in his shower, or actually no, scratch that. There wasn't like echoes in there. What it sounded like he was his parents told him to go to bed, or they're gonna take his PlayStation away. So he fucking laid under his covers and then recorded his new single into his iPhone 6S. And then saved the voice memo, exported it, and threw a beat on it in Fruity Loops or whatever. And that's the quality. That's the quality that this song was. So I'm like, this is hilarious. Let me play this. And then I get copyright striked. That motherfucker knew people were gonna play that song, put it on shit, and he was gonna make some dough off it. I love this guy. Because he's like, oh shit, he wasn't going for quality. He was just trying to be first in line. I gotta hand it to the dude. Because that was way smarter than that rapper that made the Fuck Rudy Gobert song when that NBA player Rudy Gobert touched on the mics and then 2 days later NBA had to get suspended because he got players sick. Dude, all the dude had to say was, oh shit, you got coronavirus. Ooh, damn, you got coronavirus. And that one would have went more viral. You're going to probably see it. If you haven't already. And let me, I want to say, people that, for all the influencers, by the way, like during this quarantine that we're in, all of these influencers, hey guys, I know you're not listening, but even though you're not,
stop.
That was that's my message for all of the rich people and the rich elite that are in quarantine. Stop. Don't. Cease. Halt. Freeze. Like, I don't know how many more ways I could say it other than to shut the fuck up. Okay? What I'm talking about we talked about, like, the celebrities singing Imagine by John Lennon, which is a song about having no possessions. Oh, how ironic. So, you have all these celebrities singing Imagine.
Imagine if there were no celebrities.
And the lack of self-awareness, you could actually taste it. Like, I didn't know in 2020, like, I know we have 3D printers, I know we have augmented reality, didn't know you could taste things now while watching videos. I could taste the bullshit through this video. It was palpable. You have these people singing a song, all these celebrities, and when they're singing the song, like spinning around in their 15-acre frolicky garden and with their giant fountain in the background and their the Taiwanese cats, whatever those super expensive animals, and just banging out a quick video for their Instagram followers while their chef cooks a meal for them in the kitchen. Look, what I've noticed now is influencers, rich people, all of these really wealthy people are like uploading videos, photos and videos of them of not even them sometimes, but just a room in their house or their house. And it'll have a caption like, oh, gotta self-isolate. It's tough out there. Or, I have no jokes for this. Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? Do you guys understand? So, the people that are struggling the most right now with this virus are people that don't have a lot of money. Lower to middle class, older individuals, people that don't have insurance, people now losing their jobs. We had 600,000. Boom! Boom! You're about to learn something on this podcast. 600,000 people filed for unemployment. There were 600,000 people reported to have lost their jobs during the 2007-2008 financial crisis, right? Currently, because of this virus, we have surpassed 3 million people without jobs. So we have dwarfed the 2008 financial crisis when it comes to unemployment because of how bad this is. So there are so many people right now that are out of work, so many people not getting paid, and the fact that you can't even file for unemployment in most states because the lines from morning to night while the offices are open are completely jammed up. So now you have people that haven't even filed for unemployment that need to, that aren't even part of that number yet. So think about that. Think about how many people are affected by this in a negative way and how stressful it is. And then you got, Fit Girl Kelly, 21, on Instagram with her 974,000 followers or whatever. I don't know what equates to a lot of money on Instagram, okay? Or you have all these actors or actresses, and they're showing like, oh, it's tough. We're having a rough go of it, but look at my fucking cabana the size of a school bus. Or look at, oh, I'm just chilling out here out back trying to get some sun, and they have a fucking infinity pool like the Taj Mahal. Are you kidding? Like, is this one big fucking troll by Hollywood? I don't does anybody really understand like what I'm seeing when I say this? Because when you see these people going through their fucking mansions, like, what's so difficult about that? You're telling me that because you're so rich and famous and travel the world and go all over the place, you're like, holy fuck, I forgot I even had a movie theater in my house. Whoa. Damn. Oh, shit. What's your name again? Consuelo. Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're my chef and you cook all my meals for me. I totally forgot about that. I'm usually on a plane. Damn. Yo, you know what? It's not so bad being here and quarantining. Yeah, I know. Because your house is bigger than an apartment block. That's why. Very easy. Very easy when you don't have to see the same 4 walls for 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time, maybe longer. And what makes it even worse are anybody that's in that situation that's well off like that, and they still go out. If they choose to do that, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. Because you can't tell me that somebody that has an ego like that somebody that's narcissistic is not going to read their comments ever. So you're telling me that they're not getting at least some education from it? Most comments are cesspools, yes. But those top comments, sometimes they are full of gems. They really are. And it's like, dude, that's what the people that were singing Imagine, all those celebrities, and people are like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. All those people are like, we're dying, and you're trying to sing this bullshit. Like, donate money or something. And then, and then now you have all these people showing off their super awesome, gigantic homes and kitchens and bedrooms. And they're like, oh, it's going to be tough, but we'll make it. I know you'll make it. You'll be fine. Because you've been tested already. Because you're a celebrity. That's how that's working, apparently. Harvey Weinstein is a rapist, and he got tested in jail. Like, a week ago. Like, why? Why are celebrities in jail getting tested before fucking people that are like important people in the medical industry, the service industry, that probably haven't gotten tests yet? Some of them. Tell me why there's doctors that have run out of protective gear, so they have to wear trash bags. But Harvey Weinstein gets a coronavirus test. that makes a lot of sense. That's cool. That makes sense. What it really is that's the seed that's planted so that he can die of coronavirus in jail. And, that's how that goes. But yeah, it's the quarantine's going to brings out the way, not the quarantine itself, but just crisis in general. Crisis brings out the worst in people, but it also brings out the best in people. That's straight up. So when you see people that are buying up the stock at the store, but then using that to donate it, props to them. Doesn't help though when people see you buying up the whole store, all the toilet paper and all the canned goods or whatever, and they're just gonna film you and put you on Facebook and think you're a scumbag about it. So maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that at all. And dude, like the last 2 weeks here on this podcast, I haven't even gone down my feed. It's because there's been so much to talk about, just in general, just with everything going on. It's been crazy. It's been absolutely insane with how much is changing like every single day. And until you motherfuckers stay inside, it's probably going to be that way for a little bit while longer. People are getting creative, though, during this quarantine. When you're stuck inside, people are getting creative, though. Who would have thought that during this whole pandemic, global pandemic, you have all these individuals realizing, holy shit, I have talent. I actually can. There's other things that I'm good at. Like, Godspeed to those people. Figure that shit out while you can, man. Because then when this is all over, maybe you get some new hobbies, or maybe you can follow your dreams. There's some people that probably are just so wrapped up in their jobs and whatever, and then they reach like that level of complacency, and now you have people making the most ridiculous memes and content online, and it's that peak boredom for humans is where we get our most innovative. There's so much truth to that. Dude, when people are, I was thinking of this the other day. What's up with this new, I don't know if this is like a TikTok thing, or I don't think it's a TikTok thing, because you have people on TikTok putting music like on videos. But what's with that new trend of videos where people are covering songs, like hip hop songs mainly, like rap songs? Like, they're covering the songs, but like they're singing. They're not rapping. I mean, why would you cover a rap song and rap it? I guess that really wouldn't make sense. But like Roddy Ricch, The Box. Everyone knows The Box. That song by Roddy Ricch. And I'd be seeing people on like Instagram, and they're like covering it, like like these people are covering it and singing and try to make it sound beautiful. And I'm like, why are you trying to make Roddy Ricch's song sound? It's like, that is not the first thing I thought when I heard that song. I'm like, oh, this song's great. But you got people like pulling the stick at the box, and they're like, the way that they're accentuating their voice is so insane. It's so ridiculous. I wonder if I could find any of these. It'll be like a white girl with braids. And then she's like in front of the camera. She's like, hi, I'm going to do The Box by Roddy Ricch. And then you're like, what the fuck? And then she's like, pulling the coop at the lot, fucking 12 fuck swat, busting at the bells at the box. I just put the stick in the box. I don't even know the words for this. Busting the coop at the box, buzzing at the... Wait, pulling at the coop at the law, busting at the tail fuck... I need to look at the lyrics. Dude, the people are fucking for this song. Pulling at the coop of the lot, told him fuck 12, fuck SWAT. Busting at the bells with the box, I just hit a lick with the box. Had to put the stick in the box. Pour up the whole... Dude, why? Why are they doing this? This isn't, like, no one's like... Oh my god, did you hear that version of the box? That's the one I want on Spotify. What? Why? That song was never meant to be sung like that. Pulling out the coop at the lot. Told him fuck 12, fuck SWAT. Busting all the bales at the box. I don't think that's a... dude, no. Okay? Really not Freddie Mercury style. Don't know why you're bringing pipes into this. Pulling at the coop at the lot, told him fuck 12, fuck SWAT, buzzing at the bells in the box, I just did a lick with the box, had to put a stick in the box, pour up the whole damn seal, I'ma get lazy. People are always doing that, like, Christina Aguilera thing when they're doing it. They're always trying to put their own spin on it. Oh, and that's my favorite part, when they do that part. Pour up the whole damn seal, I'ma get lazy. I got the mojo deals, ripping trapping like the 80s. The people are like just putting it all, like getting that diaphragm involved, you know? Like, this is not the song for this, but people are doing it. Oh. She said she suck her brother so. Got the cash yet? Dude, people told him wipe her brother's soul. Say slap. I just don't really understand how people. I would never see my soul. And I got back that. And all right, I'm not gonna do the. All right, that's the podcast for today. We want to do a short one. I gotta get up out of here though, and. Get on with the weekend. I am so glad that you guys listened. Sorry that it wasn't live this week, and that it's shorter, but we gotta keep it going. Gotta keep the rhythm flowing for the podcast for you guys. I love your faces, and I want you to stay indoors. Stay the fuck away from me, okay? Just for like 2 weeks, and then we hugging. All right.